Hello, first years, and welcome to another episode of Chapter of Plants. Now we're starting in 5.2, and today I have no fancy pictures or presentations because I don't have so much time today to do the lesson. So I just used the book, which gives us valuable information as well. We are at page 129, where it starts with section 5.2, Plants Grow. Well, um, as you already know, plants have different organs, like we do. So we have, for example, our mouths and our guts and our stomach and our legs and our kidneys. Well, plants also have organs, but they're a bit simpler. They've got roots, stems, leaves, and flowers. Well, the flowers are used to reproduce, as I told you, and reproduction then delivers a baby plant. The baby plant is not um, born alive like it is in mammals, like we are mammals. No, it is born as a seed. And for example, in this part of the book, they show you a seed from a brown bean plant. So the seed is a bean. And the bean is actually in a pot, and that's a fruit. So plants make fruits, so their flowers grow into fruits. Inside the fruit is a seed. The fruits are there to be dispersed most of the time by animals, which eat it and then bring it to another place, and it goes through their bodies and they shit it out, and then the plant is somewhere else, right? So let's say we look at this brown bean from Figure 2 in your book. So if you open the pot, you find the beans, and the seed is protected by a coat. It's called the seed coat. And if you have a close look at that seed, let us zoom in a bit on that one. Here we go. Yes. So if we zoom in on that bean, you see that it has that white circle, which is called. It's the hilum, and the hilum and the micropyle, you could compare it to the human belly button. We have belly buttons. We were once attached to our mums via the placenta, and on the belly button was your umbilical cord. Well, those seeds were also attached to mother plant, and that was with the hilum. And the micropyle, that is the tube where the fertilization occurred, and later on where some water enters the bean. Yeah, if you look inside the bean, you see that there's two halves, and you can actually see that as well if you open a peanut. A peanut is not a nut, it's a seed. And if you open it, you see there's a little gibberish thingy on top of it, right? And they're split in two halves. Those two halves are called cotyledons. And those cotyledons are all food for the germ. The germ is the baby plant. And you see in this picture, in figure 3, that the germ has a stem, a leaf, and a root already. And you might also see that it's upside down. So on top of it is the root, because that will grow first out of the bean germ plant tiny baby thing, and then the stem and the leaves will grow. Why the root first? Well, you can imagine the function of a root is to take up water, and this water it uses to pump up the vacuoles in all the cells and therefore grow. So the root is the most important, so it has to open with growing a root first. So the germ then germinates. It means that it grows. So in Dutch you would say the kiemplant ontkiemt, which is the same. And what it means is that it takes up some water, and it takes up the water with that micropyle, and then puts it into the cells. So when the vacuoles they are filled up with water, and the plant cell grows. It's called cell elongation, and you can see it actually at the next page. So let's zoom out a bit. Here it is. So it says cell elongation is when the vacuole fills itself up with water. Then the plant is going to do something really special. It's going to divide itself. So it's going to make a clone of its own. and that's just one cell, and the plant has a lot of cells, of course. So in that way, more cells are coming into the germ. So it means that the plant grows. This process, where a cell pumps itself up with water and then divides itself and grows up and elongates, so it pumps itself up with water again and again, is called primary growth. And this happens on the very top of the plant, so all the way up and all the way down. So we call it the apex where it grows, and the apex is the far end. You would say if that would happen to us, then we would only grow on our fingertips, on our heads, on our ears, on our legs, on our feet, right? But not right in the middle. So not in the middle we would grow. So this is primary growth. And of course, there's also something like secondary growth, but I'll tell you more about that in the next video. So in this way, plants will develop. If you look at figure 4 for a short while, you see some stages in which way a bean plant develops itself. So in this stage, it's still a bean, and now the seed coat bursts open because there's water coming into the bean. Then first the roots will rupture into the earth and suck up water, and then the stem will grow. The stem will leave the soil, gets above ground, and the leaves, which are also in the cotyledon, will open. And when the leaves open, it can collect now sunlight and carbon dioxide, and together with the water from the roots, it can make its own food, and therefore it can grow even faster and stronger, and now becomes a real plant. Well, thanks for your attention. The stuff we're going to do today is here as well at this page. It says do assignment 7 to 10. Added to that is the one from the first page, which is 3 to 6. So I'd say 3 till 10 is available for you now to fill out when you're at home. We'll meet, of course, online in class, or if you're the lucky one, in class as well, if I see you there. So enjoy your day. It's sunny outside right now. So if you haven't already handed in your plant assignment, please do it now, because it's sunny outside and there's a lot of plants that you can easily find even at your street. For example, I look outside now and I see some dandelion, and I see some grass here, and some hawkweeds. So it's fairly easy. Right. Thanks for your attention. See you in class. Enjoy your day. Bye.